Okay, there we go. I'll sit up and talk to you guys. Okay, so anyways, Friday I'm gonna go drive more cars. My lease for my car is also up soon. It's like, I think it's up in June, but Mercedes has like what they call like a pull ahead program. So even though my lease isn't up until June, like if I want to get into another Mercedes, I can do it now and like not have to pay the rest of my payments. So basically I would just get a new car now. But we're gonna go last week and we didn't. I already drove, okay, so I really thought I wanted to get an SUV because our dog is huge. Well, he's not huge, he's like 70 pounds, but he's big, and I have a coupe right now. It's ridiculous. He like can't get in the back because there's like a plastic thing in the middle, so he can't like lay down, and then the windows don't open in the back, and it's just annoying for him. Plus, I had a coupe before my last car, and I'm, you know, it's getting old. Not like, it's just annoying when you get groceries and like you can't just like open your door and throw them in there. Like you have to like move the seat or like put them in the trunk, and then they like roll around. They're just such first world problems, honestly. But anyways, yeah, so I have a coupe. I'm over it. I really was thinking I was gonna get an SUV for the dog, but then I really thought I wanted a BMW X3. I went and drove it and I really liked it, but then I was like, I might as well drive the new 3 Series because that's what I had before that was the car I had before my current car. And I always just felt like it drove really rough compared to like the C-Class Mercedes. So yeah, that's why I got rid of it. It was just like super rough and I just didn't like love it. I drove the 3 Series and I loved it. Like they literally have changed so much about it. When they first came out with the new model though, I thought that it looked like a Lexus IS, and I was like, not about it. But the more and more I've seen them, there's like so many people in my parking deck uptown that have them, and they've been like growing on me. So I drove it and I loved it, and I was like, I want this. But I also have like a list of other cars I wanted to drive. Really thought I wanted an Audi Q3, but now that I don't want an SUV, I'm like, do I even need to drive that? I also really like the new Alfa Romeos, the car and the SUV, but apparently those have like a lot of problems. So I don't know, I probably won't even bother driving them at this point, but I really want to drive the new Mercedes CLA because they redid it, and I never liked them before because they were front wheel drive, and I just hate the way front wheel drive cars drive. Yeah, so they came out with a CLA 35 AMG, and it's all-wheel drive, so I want to go drive it, and I probably am going to look at just getting a four-door version of my car because I have a C-Coupe. Yeah, so I probably won't take it with me to dealership because I hate, it's so weird because I used to work at a dealership, and going and looking at cars now is like such a process, and it's so weird because every other car I've bought before this, I worked in the car industry, so I literally would be like, I want that car. They would tell me what my payments are, and I'd be like, okay, and I would send the paperwork, and I would move on with my life. But now, it's not a fun time. But anyways, I had a good time in BMW though, because I know a lot of people who still work in the car business, so it actually is not as bad as it would be for someone who didn't. So it's not terrible. But anyways, yeah, probably gonna do that on Friday. What day is it? It's Tuesday. I feel like my weeks are all blending together. I was just texting with a guy at BMW, and the car that I want is now in their loaner inventory, which is like good and bad because yeah, then it means like other people are driving it, but then you can also get like a discount. Just a little hack: when you're buying a car, you can usually lease them out of loaner inventory or buy them out of loaner inventory, but as long as they're under a certain mileage for leasing. But anyways, yeah, so I'm like super excited about that, but I have to go get my car inspected at Mercedes before I turn it in. And your girl needs 2 new tires at least, and then someone banged their door into like the area above the wheel, which is hard to fix, so I'm gonna get dinged on those things, which is why I'm like just thinking it might be easier to get another Mercedes, because usually if like you get into another Mercedes, they'll just like wipe that clean instead of like owing them money. Well, actually owing the money, but yeah, so I don't know. It's like the hardest decision because I really want this BMW, but I don't know. You know, you have to have the car for 3 years so you gotta like it. But I ended up getting a new car, and I think the last time I talked to y'all, I was going to the Mercedes dealership to at least look at some cars and then get my lease inspection done. And while I was there, I did drive the CLA 35. I liked it, but I didn't love it for the price, and so it's smaller than my old C-Class and my new C-Class, and I just felt like a little bit cramped in there. I mean, I'm like a pretty small person, but I just felt like it was like it was like too small for me. So I got a 2019, it was like a leftover 2019 C-Class. It's literally the exact same car that I had, but just a 4-door. It's perfect. I had everything I wanted. It had Apple CarPlay, which I didn't have in my old car. But yeah, enough talk about cars. But yeah, I love it. I'm excited about it. I will show you guys soon. I don't know, I need to take my camera. I'm trying to think of where I parked. If I parked outside, I'll show you guys, but I'm pretty sure I parked in the parking deck. I can never remember because I don't drive ever. To show you guys my car. And it's like, I don't want to say it's not as exciting to me because it's literally the same car that I had before, but it is. It's literally the exact same car. And the interior is just black. And my other car had red interior, but this is all digital, which is new. These are different. Pretty much everything is like the same though. Like this whole thing is the same. This is the same as my old car. I need a new charger thing, but it has Apple CarPlay, which is super nice. So, like the screen is bigger and stuff. And then yeah, it has black interior. And yeah, it's 4 doors instead of 2. But it's like white. My other car was white. But yeah, so at least I like know how to use everything and stuff, which is nice. But yeah, I feel like everyone's like, aren't you so excited about your new car? And I'm like, it's like the same car, but I love it.